favorite gaming channel. We're back. We're doing some more videos with not the Beef Boss. We're doing some more videos with Dukebeefington. This is our second of 3 episodes with him. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'd just like to say, firstly, technically you are making a video with the Beef Boss because you're the Beef Boss.
Okay, this is true.
But yes, I am the Duke.
Yeah, and he's back, and we're gonna have some sparkling conversation for about 20 or so minutes. But before we get into that, I do have to do a little bit of simping. If you do watch our content regularly and you are not already subscribed, I would highly encourage you to do so. It helps us out tremendously, helps us reach more people, and is just all around pretty good. So if you haven't subscribed and you like what you see, or even if you don't, go ahead and hit that red button just to help us out. But with the self-promoting out of the way, what do you want to talk about today, Duke?
That just sounds like a bunch of unintelligible gibberish on my end. Literally, you're like I was talking to someone through the intercom through a McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah, it's Discord does not have the greatest audio quality. Sorry about that. Is this a little better?
It's alright. And
Okay.
every wanted online class to be on Discord when the pandemic happened.
Say again?
Oh, when the pandemic started, every high school student was like, use Discord for online school. Use Discord.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, I have so many issues with it just with recording. I cannot imagine trying to use it for school.
I don't know. Zoom was not meant to be used for schooling.
That's true. I mean, I guess that's fair.
That was a business app.
But I mean, it worked, or it works.
And I can't imagine the people who made Zoom crapping their pants when they're like, "Hey, we just got 100 million more accounts in 2 days."
Yeah, their stock evaluation, I don't know if you're big into stocks or not, but their stock of it, they rose several tens of billions of dollars since the start of the pandemic just because everyone was using them. It is insane.
Yeah. Just need to buy one stock in Zoom. Would be rich right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's, obviously there's always companies that, make you wish you'd been an early investor, but, stuff like that comes around more often than you'd think, so you just gotta make sure you get the next one.
Yeah. Wait for the next pandemic to happen in 100 years.
Oh god, don't excitedly wait for the next one. I mean, the first one was bad enough. Well, not the first one, but our current situation.
Third one, because we had one in the 1800s, Spanish flu in the 1900s, and now we got coronavirus.
Hey, I mean, could have been worse. Could have been, Black Death or the plague.
Yeah, Black Death killed 1/3 of the world population.
So close. Almost beat Thanos' record.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else can I tell? I mean, we were talking about college stories last episode, I believe. I suppose I could talk a little bit more about that. I slept through my 8 a.m. class today. What I did was I turned on my Zoom. I turned my logged into Zoom. I turned my camera off. Set an alarm for 2 minutes before the end of class and woke up.
What?
Woke up, promptly logged off class, and then went back to sleep for 2 more hours. Oh god.
Okay, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing you haven't. I swear I'm a good student.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
that I realized, I think of lab classes. The pandemic actually made them a bit easier.
Oh yeah.
A lot of stuff in my lab classes have been cut. A lot of experiments you got to do, so they've been pretty easy, and I've been able to get them all done.
Yeah, my there's been a couple classes that have definitely been made easier for me, due to the pandemic. I definitely had an easier time with my econ class just because all the tests were online and open note. So that was definitely appreciated.
Yeah. Math class, we have to do the test in Zoom.
Oh.
We print the test out. We log on the Zoom and we do it in front of the camera.
That's interesting. Yeah. Sounds like that sounds like that'd be weird. There haven't really been a ton of teachers that have been really sticklers about it. The only time I really had one that was pretty hardcore about the testing restrictions was just in psychology last semester, my final. Since finals were online, he had to proctor it online, and he had some fairly intensive anti-cheat restrictions in place. We did it on Zoom. We did it on Zoom, and then we all had to screen share. Well, I don't think we screen shared. We all were on Zoom the entire time with our cameras on so that they could see our faces, and make sure that we weren't looking off at notes. And then every so often he would come into our Google document just to make sure that we weren't to make sure that we didn't have a bunch of tabs open. He would basically ask one of us to screen share something. It was a little kooky, but I mean it worked.
True. She said she'll check in on us. But
yeah.
She's me in the 2 terms that I've had my math teacher. With the 8 tests I've taken with her, only once. Not sure if she can look at my screen without showing up on mine.
No, when you screen share, the other person can see.
But look in my camera without letting me know.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. There would have to be some kind of an indication that was taking place. Unrelated to what we're talking about, but I figured you'd like to know. Venipede evolved just a few moments ago.
That's good. He's the Willamette.
Yes, which I'm happy about. Which I'm quite happy about because Venipede was pretty weak there for a bit.
I saw. Been watching. Why don't you heal, gosh darn you?
Because I'm stubborn.
Thank goodness you didn't choose a Nuzlocke, because it would have been over by episode 2.
Oh no, if I was doing a Nuzlocke, I'd totally be more paranoid about buying potions. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad at video games. Not great.
Did you get the Firestone from the city?
Did I get the what now?
The Firestone you can get in the big city where the 3rd gym leader lives.
No, I did not get the Firestone. I know where to get it, I just haven't gotten it yet because I am not intending on using it for a team member.
Yeah. He is the weakest one, I think.
Yeah, he's just still in the party from when we were doing that, he was just still in the party from when we did that first gym, but I don't have any plans to use him. I think I'm gonna use, Darmanitan instead.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
the water one strongest, I think.
Yeah, Simipour is a lot stronger, I think. It just, I had to get the fire one just because of the starter that I ended up getting, but...
I like that aspect of Black and White, where 3 type gym leaders, which will be the type you're weak to, but if you search around, you can get a Pokemon that will help you.
Yeah, I thought it was really creative. I mean, I know that, like, people like to give Gen 5 a hard time just because it's like, oh, all the Pokemon designs aren't good or, yada yada. But I thought, I think it's actually a really cool concept that they, made 150, like 156 new Pokemon and just said, there's a lot of them. This is what you have to choose from, like, do your adventure. And it's very reminiscent of kind of like the same experience of, like, if you pick up a Pokemon game for the first time, or like, for the old fans, it's like, playing through Kanto for the first time. Everything's brand new. So I definitely appreciated that aspect of the game.
Yeah. I never thought it was a bad game. Black Might is probably one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, me too. And I mean, I'm always going to be partial to Black and White 1 just because, I played them pretty young. But I think, Black and White 2 especially, it takes a lot of it takes a lot of what made Black and White great, and it adds on to it and makes it even bigger, better, more going on, more Pokemon to catch. I really do like Gen 5 quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. And if I remember, one cool thing my brother pointed out to me about N is that in all the cutscenes, it shows him throwing Pokeball, but in actuality, he doesn't use Pokeballs.
Yeah.
The Pokemon just, work for him.
Yeah, I think the reason... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, N can talk to them.
Yeah, and I think the reason that he has the Pokeball animation is that they were probably just too lazy to take it out when they were programming, but yeah, I do think it's a really cool detail. I think, correct, I'm misremembering. What were we talking about before we got on the sidetrack? I'm good at videos, I swear.
We're talking about college, how teachers use like new creative, had us like on Zoom checking to see if we were cheating.
Oh yeah. I haven't heard of anyone, like, not that I know people that cheat, I just mean I haven't heard any stories of, like, people trying to cheat on stuff at my school, just because most of the stuff was open note, but...
Yeah.
But, it's definitely happened in the past. There have been, been cheating scandals, but I don't think, like I said, I don't think it is anything crazy at Willamette. What about you? Any wild cheating scandals at Clatsop?
No, none that I've heard.
Actually,
they're like elaborate people, like secret messages written on like pencil erasers.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
One day during the winter season when we had those really bad rain and snowstorms, most of the people's internet were out and couldn't like Zoom.
Yeah.
So they had us like take the test on our own time when we got internet, and we didn't have to do it on Zoom. We just had to write out on the back of our test this little statement saying we swear that we didn't cheat or get outside help or anything.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have one class that's like that like, and I don't cheat because it's not, the tests aren't particularly difficult. Like she does, pretty much does what she can to make them as painless as possible. And she doesn't proctor them or anything. She just makes us sign, or makes us like click this little box. It's basically just like, same thing as that, like, solemnly swear I will not cheat on this test. So I've definitely had professors that do stuff like that as well. But,
and I, Dukebeefington, state that I did not cheat at all during that test.
You didn't know?
Yeah, did not cheat.
Congratulations.
I did not.
I'm proud of you, Kyle. Sorry, Dukebeefington.
It's all right.
I honestly, I'm so bad about using like our pseudonyms. I'm amazed at how few times I've slipped up with Pug's name. It's only I can only remember ever having done it once in a video, and I had to go back through it and edit it out. But I know Windows has slipped up and said it a couple times.
I try my best, boss.
Yeah, you do a good job. We all do pretty good work here. It's tangent, but I really like getting to make videos with you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely one of the highlights of my day for sure. Is getting to sit down and do videos.
I have fun too. Find something to talk about. Like, I just read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for my literary.
Nice. How was that?
Yeah. Yeah, the class is Intro to Children's Lit. We were supposed to read the book over the course of the term, but I just finished it in less than a day.
Yeah, it's not a particularly long or difficult book, so yeah, it's definitely possible.
Well, it's 300 pages.
Oh, yeah, I guess... how many hours did it take you?
Like 10 maybe, I think.
That's not too bad. It's 2 pages a minute, I mean... I personally am a pretty fast reader, so I made pretty... I was just gonna say I made pretty quick work of Harry Potter books. I think the fastest I've ever read a book was I read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and it took me I think 11 hours. But that's the fastest I've been able to read a book while still retaining the information. But I don't do as much book reading these days, just because it's like I have so much crap with just so much I'm brain farting.
Yeah.
So much work to do with just reading reading passages out of textbooks and articles for school. It's by the time it gets down to being able to even think about reading for leisure time, I'm so fried I can't even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear ya.
But I'm hoping over the summer to get into reading more. What's your favorite class this term, you think?
The class this term?
Yeah, your favorite.
So far, Intro to Children's Lit. It's online. And I just gotta say, Severus Snape is a dick and a simp.
Yeah, he is both of those things. I remember reading Sorcerer's Stone, spoiler alert, and being disappointed that he wasn't the bad guy because I hated him.
Yeah, reading it's knowing, Snape isn't the bad guy, and who is. There's a part where Snape confronts the guy, and reading it well, yeah, that conversation does kind of sound like Snape is warning him to back off from the stone.
Yeah. It's it was a good twist. It was kind of it was a good twist. It was just frustrating because it was they basically spent the entire book setting up Snape, and then they were just nah, it's this random pleb,
Well, not really random.
Well, not
Harry remembers that he was in Diagon Alley the day the vault was attempted to break into.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't random. It just, it was a little unsatisfying.
Yeah. Turns out Snape. Yeah.
I don't know. What's your while we're on the subject, I guess, what is your favorite Harry Potter book?
Favorite Harry Potter book?
Yes.
I didn't read all of them. I read 1 and 2. Then my family skipped to 7 for the movie before we watched it.
Uh-huh. So you're telling me this is going to be your first time reading through the entire series?
Well, we're only reading the one book.
Oh, you're just doing the one. Okay.
Not the whole series in 10 weeks.
Okay. So it's just the one book. Okay.
I say I like Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a good introduction into the world, certainly. I think for a lot of definitely people have a lot of gripe with J.K. Rowling. But I think she does a good job of making compelling characters and creating, I mean, the world of Harry Potter just on its own is quite impressive.
Mhm. It's interesting. It's fun for kids.
Yeah, I mean it's
like, yeah, J.K. Rowling, maybe not the best person, or at the very least, I don't agree with what she says.
Yeah.
But just good writer.
Yeah, I mean,
she
I don't
made
know.
a fun.
Oh yeah, she made a cool $1 billion off Harry Potter. I mean, my biggest issue with J.K. Rowling really is just I don't even care about her politics really. It's just like the fact that she, pretty much had this stance of just like revisionist history when it comes to like characters in her books. It's not it's not that it's a bad intentioned thing. It just feels like it's disrespectful to the characters because when you write them a certain way and then you come back, 6 years later and you go, oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
But
like she tried to say Hermione was black.
Yeah, which again wouldn't have been an issue if that's how she was originally written, but she was never written that way, so it just, it felt out of place. But I think we're hitting a little bit after the 20-minute mark, so I think we'll go ahead and end off today's episode right here, right now, and continue the Harry Potter talk next episode, because I do enjoy it quite a bit, and I think Dukebeefington does too. But yeah, for now, if you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to go down below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Duke, you got any closing words? Duke?
The Dursleys are terrible.
They are terrible. And we'll talk about them next episode. Alright, next time on Grump Games.